so long as he doesn't do anything silly, I'm sure he'll be there with a few laps to go.
It's not too often you see Ryan lose his composure. I mean, I don't even really see him too animated in the pit area, you know, when he suffers a penalty or anything. He just deals with it and moves on. He said his father says he's very focused all the time.
Yeah, it's great to see. I mean, a lot of the time, it's typically the fathers that are the ones that cause a lot of the issues. So it's great to see this weekend that everyone's remaining very cool and calm and collected. It is quite insightful sometimes when you can hear a little bit of chatter in the background as the carts come through the weigh shed just over your microphone, and a little bit of interaction between the drivers can always be very, very interesting. It's that informal stuff that happens just as you take the helmet off, which is probably the most telling.
Maybe we need to hide a microphone down there tomorrow and just have it tucked away somewhere and see what we can find out.
I think we'd probably get some juicy little transcripts there.
Yeah, we might have to bleep too much of it out. That's the problem. We'll see. We've got a few spectators on the infield there as well. The Seagulls are enjoying it. Not too far away from release time, Junior 100cc Yamaha pre-final, brought to you by Lascon Motorsport, Dunlop KartSport. On pole, number 4, William Exton. Grid 2, 85, Josh Parkinson. Grid 3, 17, Callum Hedge. Grid number 4, after suffering a 10-second time penalty in that second heat race, the National Schools champion, Ryan Wood. Look for Ryan to fire himself up and fire himself to the front perhaps here in this pre-final. Don't forget to go and hook yourself up with a very nice tasty coffee there at Mocha Rocker. As it starts to chill off a little bit here. Nice warm cup of coffee, it's exactly. Remember about prize giving tickets. Go perhaps and see either Alistair, the KartSport president here at KartSport Southland, or maybe go and see the ladies in the kitchen. Find out where you can buy the tickets from. If you're going to have a meal, make sure you get those, because they do have to, I think, pretty much pre-order that sort of stuff. So don't miss out. It's going to be a fantastic prize giving tonight in a really nice venue at the Ascot Hotel. Be a great night. One thing about travelling so far for these events is we're not all in a hurry to rush away Sunday night afterwards. So you can boogie the night away if you need to, if you want to. And then you can travel away on Monday. Here we go, coming down to face the start. William Exton on pole. Parkinson on 2. Lights out. Great start, Exton. Coming through on the inside, Callum Hedge, but round the outside goes Parkinson. I thought he was going to lose that second place position, but he used that outside line. Oh, we've got one round. That was further back in the grids, because there's Ryan Wood still in 4th. 5th place now, Stitsbury. Stitsbury from Hawke's Bay. Much better start here for young Stitch. Exton, Parkinson, Hedge and Wood. Now Jaden Ransley starting to throw it up the inside of Stitchbury. Stitchbury just doesn't quite seem to have the pace in that Yamaha. And finally Ransley from Canterbury, the Harcourt's 4 seasons, Miles Toyota G-Force karting New Zealand champion, is starting to show the form that we know he's capable of. Behind him is Crombie, or should we call him Axel Rose, after yesterday's issue. Up the inside for second place now, Callum Hedge. He knows they can't afford to let Exton get too far up the racetrack. Exton in front, Hedge in second. Parkinson, Wood, Ransley, Crombie, Stitchbury. Ethan Tuffley in the 62. Oh, black and whites for Hedge. They're trigger happy with that black and white today. We'll have to wait and see what that outcome is later on for the final. We've got a cart up into the on the fence there through Southern Paint's exit. Can't quite see who that is from here. Eyes aren't that good. We go further back the field to the 32 of Josh Bethune and the 41. Now, Richard, this is the driver that you needed to tell me who it was, because the 41 isn't actually in my program.
Just as you say that, Graham has come in and taken my timing away, so I can't confirm who that is for you. I'll have a look and see what I can gather, but I think that cart up in the corner there is the number 16 cart that was involved in that incident earlier on.
Okay, that's young Jacob Mitchell. Well, we go back to our race lead. Looking back over his shoulder, William Exton. He started out the morning with a Heat 1 victory. Finished outside the top 3 in that next race. But he's back out where he wants to be in the pre-final. Hedge is closing on him. Now, if Hedge has got a situation going on in the room after this, which he will do because he's got the black and whites, he's going to want to try and get as far up the racetrack and away from the rest of the field as possible. Exton with 12 to go. We're at third race distance. Now look at Ransley putting the acid on the 85 of Parkinson. Jaden Ransley for the first time today in the top 3, the New Zealand champion. Started out this meeting very, very slow for a defending title holder, but now the form is coming back. Stitsbury trying to stay in contention as well in the 72. Is that cart just starting to come on a little bit perhaps? Ryan Wood in 5th place. Now that's probably the big surprise for me right there, is that Woody has gone back one. I would not have expected that. Needs to find his composure, because he will not want to start as far back as grid 5 for the final and try and expect to win this title here today. He's under pressure from Crombie as well, so Woody perhaps maybe just missing the setup a little bit here. Hedge is closing up on Exton out in front. Parkinson is staying with the 1NZ of Ransley, and they go 4-cart freight train. Woody's in behind Parkinson. Crombie's next, then Stitsbury. Well, he might only be taking maybe half a tenth out each lap, but without doubt Callum Hedge is closing up. And right about now, William Exton will know, because he took a look sideways through Macaulay Ford. Oh, Exton up on the ripple strip. You can't go too wide there. We've already seen people drop pace after hitting that ripple strip just a little bit too high. And that, look at that, Hedge is there now. Callum Hedge right on him. Ransley third. Parkinson, Woody, Crombie, Stitchbury. And further back, we go to the 32 of Bethune and the 41. 8 to go. There goes Hedge to the inside. New race leader, Callum Hedge. Nice tight line off the exit. Didn't give any options to Exton to have a retaliation move. And this is interesting now whether Ransley can close as well, because he's not too far back. If Exton can stay with Ransley out, with Hedge out in front, it might bring Ransley into it. And I wouldn't have thought that this morning. 7 to go. Crombie trying to find a way by the Hawke's Bay 72. Ryan Wood through for 4th. That's where he started on the grid. Makes that move on the 85 of Parkinson. Well, Stitsbury might yet be able to close up on Parkinson as well, who perhaps his setup's just gone away a little. 6 laps to go. We're through 3/4 race distance now for this pre-final. Brought to you by Lascon Motorsport and Dunlop KartSport. Well, Exton certainly hasn't lost too much on the 17 of Hedge. Hedge might have made a pass, but he's only opened up 2 or 3 kart lengths on him. Ransley slowly but surely is closing, but maybe it's not quick enough. He needs Exton to get up there and throw a wheel under the 17 of Hedge, and then it'll be all on. They've got 5 to go, so there is still time to do that. Lonely drives there for Bethune. And also the 41, which could possibly be the 42 of Logan Thompson, because I don't remember seeing a 42 out on the racetrack unless that's who it is parked up at the top. And
yeah, I believe that's correct there, Mike. I think it's Thompson in the 41.
Yeah, just changed his number from what was in the program, the Invercar Galore shop driver. Well, the laps are ticking on by, and look at this, Ransley almost on Exton for second. Well, Ransley has timed his run to form perfectly at the right time at the sharp end of this meeting. The raised hand there from Exton, not sure what that was about. Is he saying work with me? But I doubt Ransley will want to work with him this late in the meeting. Certainly not at the moment when Ransley knows he's got the pace, because Hedge isn't that far up the racetrack. Well, back through for 4th place, Parkinson. Parkinson caught a whole heap of that ripple strip. Woody, the big surprise for me, back in 5th. Stitsbury's back on him. And then Crombie. Stitsbury to the inside. 2 to go. Well, Ryan Wood's in danger of dropping even further back, but now out of the draft, Woody. Just as I say that, he goes forward. Back to 4th place. Stitsbury on the outside. Back up the inside goes Parkinson. This is where the camera needs to be on the live stream. Now Crombie's up the inside of Stitsbury. Stitsbury comes back round the outside. Back and forth we go. And this is just for 3rd, 4th through to 7th place. Crombie to the inside again, down at Macaulay Ford. Can't do it. 1 lap to go. Ransley trying to get by the number 4 card of Exton. And here comes Woody. Oh, a big slide job down the inside. He gathered it back up under brakes. Parkinson hangs on for 4th. Woody's still 5th. Stitsbury 6th. 7th is Crombie. Round through the infield for the last time in this pre-final. Callum Hedge coming to the fore when he needs to. Remember, he's still got a black-white issue to come later, but he will cross the stripe to take the win. 2nd place Exton, 3rd is Ransley, 4th place is going to go to Parkinson, 5th on the line will go to Stitsbury, 6th place, and he doesn't look too happy about it either. Ryan Wood, is he saying he's got a mechanical issue there? Is that what he was pointing at? He's not happy. You can see the body language slamming the steering wheel. And Stitsbury managed to haul past him there on the run to the line. But Callum Hedge, your provisional winner of that pre-final. 2nd place going to Exton. And a brilliant comeback for form for the defending champion, 1NZ, Jaden Ransley. Well, good win for Hedge. We'll wait and see how that works out in the room, Richard. But you saw there as he crossed the line, Ryan Wood, he was not happy.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about how well he holds his composure. So, look, I'm just assuming that given the obvious stress that there was something that has gone wrong along the way there, whether it's something to do with his kart or another driver that he's had some problem with along the way. Certainly a very uncharacteristic response from